Imagine this. A fearless stuntman, who used to be the brightest star at the top of his game, is dragged back into a world of high-speed chases, jaw-dropping action, and dangerous secrets. It all starts when a popular Hollywood star mysteriously goes missing, leaving behind a trail of chaos, lies, and a shocking cover-up. As the clock ticks, our hero must confront his past, dodge relentless enemies, and pull off impossible stunts to save not just a movie, but also clear his own name. The stakes? Higher than any cliff he's ever jumped from. Stay with me now. Welcome to Peak Plot Recaps. If you're here, you're probably ready to dive straight into some epic movies without the boring stuff. We're all about breaking down the coolest and most intense stories from the screen, quick, simple, and straight to the good parts. First, let's see what we are about to deal with real quick before we jump into the recap. So grab some snacks, sit back, and relax. Today, I'm going to explain an action-packed movie, The Fall Guy, directed by David Leitch. Known for blending thrilling stunts, comedy, and drama, this movie perfectly balances action with heartfelt storytelling. With a 6.8 out of 10 IMDb rating, it falls under the genres of action, comedy, drama, and romance, promising something for every movie lover. The film is a delightful roller coaster that dives into the dangerous yet exhilarating world of stunt performers, a side of Hollywood often overlooked but brimming with fascinating stories. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button. And now, spoilers ahead. The movie begins with an ode to stunt performers, the unsung heroes of the entertainment industry. These brave men and women risk their lives for the sake of thrilling audiences, yet they often without getting the recognition, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. We meet Colt, a Hollywood stuntman who's busy working on the latest project of big shot action star Tom Ryder. Colt's life seems to revolve around heart-stopping stunts, but his heart truly belongs to Jody Moreno, a talented and ambitious camera operator with dreams of becoming a director. Their professional lives collide as Colt gears up for a daring stunt, one that involves a nerve-wracking freefall from a harness. But things go horribly wrong, and Colt ends up severely injuring his back. This incident not only puts his career on hold, but also fractures his relationship with Jody. Unable to face her or his own failure, Colt walks away from everything: his job, his girlfriend, and the industry he once loved. Fast forward 18 months, and we find Colt living a vastly different life. He's no longer performing jaw-dropping stunts. Instead, he's working as a valet at a modest Mexican restaurant. His life now is a stark contrast to his Hollywood days, but Colt seems to have made peace with it, or so it seems. One day, a former co-worker mocks him, calling him the Fall Guy as a jab at his infamous accident. In a burst of frustration and lingering pride, Colt revs up the car and pulls off an impressive set of donuts, momentarily reclaiming his identity as a stuntman. Meet Gail Meyer, a determined film producer and a frequent collaborator of Tom Ryder. She tracks Colt down with an offer that's too hard to ignore, a chance to work on a major film titled Metal Storm, a sci-fi epic directed by none other than Jody Moreno herself. Initially hesitant, Colt eventually agrees when Gail plays the emotional card. This film is Jody's directorial debut, and she's under immense pressure. When Colt arrives on the Sydney set of Metal Storm, he quickly realizes that Gail wasn't entirely truthful. Jody didn't request his presence at all. In fact, she's still bitter about their breakup. To make matters worse, the movie is an over-the-top space opera that seems to channel all of Jody's unresolved grievances toward Colt through its storyline. Despite the awkward reunion, Colt is soon thrust into action as the movie's stunt double for Tom Ryder. His first major stunt, a cannon roll involving a car flipping across a sandy beach, ends successfully but not without Colt feeling the weight of his fears and insecurities. When Jody discovers that Colt is the stuntman, she's visibly irritated, creating tension both on and off the set. Meanwhile, trouble is brewing behind the scenes. Gail drops a bombshell on Colt. Tom Ryder, the film's star, has vanished without a trace. She hints that Tom has gotten himself involved with some unsavory characters, putting the entire production at risk. Gale pleads with Colt to find Tom within 48 hours, emphasizing that the movie and Jody's career depend on it. Determined to help Jody, Colt sets out to track down Tom. His first stop is Tom's luxurious apartment, where he encounters Iggy Star, Tom's girlfriend and co-star in Metalstorm. Iggy, who's equally puzzled by Tom's disappearance, provides Colt with a lead, a nightclub that Tom frequents. At the nightclub, Colt encounters Dune, a shady drug dealer who seems to know more than he lets on. Instead of helping, Dune tricks Colt into drinking a spiked cocktail, causing him to hallucinate wildly. What follows is a chaotic and comical fight scene as Colt, still under the influence, fends off Dune's henchmen with surprising agility. After recovering, Colt manages to extract information from Dune. He learns that Tom might be connected to a luxury hotel and is advised to ask for a mysterious fruit platter. Colt heads to the hotel, where he runs into Jody, who's dealing with her own frustrations about studio interference in her film. Despite the tension, their interaction is tinged with a hint of their old chemistry. Colt eventually receives the fruit platter, a hotel room key, from a concierge named Kevin. Breaking into Tom's room, Colt discovers a chilling scene, a dead body in a bathtub filled with ice. Before Colt can process what he's seen, Jody calls him to brainstorm ideas for Metalstorm, adding a layer of surreal normalcy to the eerie discovery. Colt alerts Gale about the body, but when he returns with the police, the corpse has mysteriously vanished. Colt's discovery of the vanished body deepens the mystery surrounding Tom's disappearance. As the Metalstorm production continues, the tension between Colt and Jody begins to ease. The two share more moments on set, and a flicker of their old relationship begins to resurface. However, just as things start to feel normal, Gale throws Colt another curveball. She insists that he must return to the United States immediately. Instead of leaving, Colt presses on with his investigation. He tracks down Alma Milan, Tom's personal assistant, who reluctantly shares more clues about Tom's whereabouts. Alma hands Colt Tom's phone, explaining that Tom and Gale had been desperately searching for it. The phone contains crucial information dangerous enough to warrant attacks from Tom's head of security, Dressler, and his henchmen. No sooner does Colt get his hands on the phone than he and Alma are ambushed by Dressler's crew. What ensues is a high-octane chase sequence through Sydney, complete with a garbage truck, breathtaking stunts, and even Alma's trained dog, Jean-Claude, biting his way through the bad guys. Colt and Alma barely escape, but they manage to hold onto the phone. Reuniting with his old friend and stunt coordinator Dan Tucker, Colt enlists his help to unlock Tom's phone. Together, they discover a damning piece of evidence, a video of Tom, intoxicated at a party, accidentally killing his stunt double, Henry Herrera. The video not only explains the body Colt saw earlier, but also exposes a deeper conspiracy. Gale and Tom have been orchestrating a cover-up, using advanced deepfake technology to frame Colt for Henry's death. Before they can act, Dressler and his men attack Colt and Dan, destroying the phone with a shotgun blast during the scuffle. Dan escapes, but Colt is captured and brought to a yacht, where he finally comes face to face with Tom. On board, Tom confesses everything: his jealousy over Colt's spotlight, his role in causing Colt's accident, and his reliance on Gale to clean up his messes. Gale's plan to frame Colt for Henry's death is already in motion, with doctored footage circulating in the media and Henry's body conveniently discovered. Tom gloats, believing he's in the clear, but Colt has other ideas. As Tom's henchmen prepare to execute Colt by setting him on fire, our resilient stuntman uses his wits to escape. In a thrilling sequence, he spits kerosene at his captors, steals a boat, and navigates a high-speed chase. Although the boat eventually crashes in an explosion, Colt manages to leap to safety, leaving everyone, including Gale and the media, believing he is dead. The next morning, production on Metalstorm resumes, with Tom returning to the set as if nothing happened. However, Colt, very much alive, sneaks onto the set disguised as one of the movie's aliens. Jody, startled by his unexpected appearance, initially attacks him before realizing it's Colt. Their reunion is heartfelt, culminating in a kiss, but the moment is cut short by Gale's arrival. Colt and Jody hatch a plan to expose Tom and Gale's crimes. Using Tom's penchant for forgetting he's mic'd up, they stage an elaborate stunt to coax a confession out of him. As the cameras roll on Tom's epic car jump sequence, Colt takes over the scene, driving the car with Tom trapped inside. Dressler and his goons try to stop Colt, but Dan and the stunt team spring into action, using all their pyrotechnic and stunt expertise to keep the bad guys at bay. During the chaos, Colt successfully manipulates Tom into confessing to Henry's death and the entire cover-up. Gale, desperate to maintain control, steals the recording and flees with Tom in a helicopter. But Colt isn't done yet. With help from Jody, he propels himself onto the helicopter mid-flight in a jaw-dropping stunt. Inside, Colt battles both Tom and Gale, managing to retrieve the confession tape. With no other option, he leaps from the helicopter, landing safely on a crash mat strategically placed by Dan and the crew. The helicopter, however, doesn't fare as well. It crashes, bringing Gale and Tom's schemes to an explosive end. In the movie's final moments, Metalstorm's trailer premieres at San Diego Comic-Con, with Jason Momoa announced as the film's new lead and Alma promoted to producer. The trailer receives rave reviews, ensuring Jody's directorial debut is a massive success. Colt, now exonerated, rekindles his relationship with Jody, and the two finally get their long-awaited beach date. As the credits roll, a hilarious post-credit scene shows Gale being arrested and Tom accidentally triggering pyrotechnics, adding a cheeky nod to the dangers of Hollywood stunts. From heart-stopping stunts to jaw-dropping twists, this story has it all: action, drama, laughs, and even a little love. It's a reminder that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes, they wear helmets and jump off buildings for our entertainment. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like and subscribe for us to make more peak recaps for you. And what do you think about this movie? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time.